Now, you already know that this is the podcast where we sit on the couch and keep it real. I know that's right.
You watching my stories. I see you gauging my lifestyle. I see you watching my movements. This bad bitch bad every day. I know they look at your face. Bad man bad every day. Get on your knees and pray. Do you regain your faith? Love is somebody that don't take my energy from your card dollar. Let my pastor say I be my healer, everything I desire. I go to see. Flow like a river. If you get yawa, come on, go and sit down. I go just para. Come on, find it down. I go just.
Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Keep It Real with me. My name is Hlogi, time for the babies, your host with the most. Now you already know that this is the podcast where we sit on the couch and
keep it real.
I know that's right. So guys, we're back with another episode. You know what? I'm giving you guys so much consistency that I think it's time I be crowned the queen of consistency. Just saying. Anyway, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell their friend, and let's get into today's video. So I'm sitting here with two amazing, beautiful ladies that are gonna give us like some inspirational talk. Yeah, let's just hear what this is about. If you're interested, all the links will be in the description box down below. So ladies, welcome to Keep It Real. My first question to you guys is, can you tell me about yourselves?
Okay, do you want to go first? Go first. Okay, so I'm Kim. I was born and raised in Pretoria, 012.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
And I grew up in Pretoria. I changed from Pretoria to Joburg, from Pretoria to Joburg. I don't want to really say who is Kim because I haven't really figured out myself. I don't really know the person that I am. So I'm still taking a journey on finding out who I am and what I like doing, what I love and stuff like that. So that's just the basis of who I am at the moment until we get to that journey.
Okay. Can you tell us about yourself now?
Okay, I am Loko, also known as Loko. Which is my stage name because I do poetry and I'm a writer, creative director. I mostly do art, so I draw. I come from the Val, Beke.
Period.
Yeah, I guess I'm someone who is a creative, I may say.
Okay, what is Pain Endured?
So Pain Endured, right, is a campaign. It's a campaign about people who have scars, who have a certain type of body disfigurement, who look different to society because society makes them look different, but they're very normal. So it's a campaign about people just being allowed to express their pain and being allowed to show themselves to society that they are perfectly normal and what makes them different from everyone else just because they look a certain type of way. They look different because they have a scar or they're not perceived the way us as society would like them to look. So she can share more.
Okay, I mean, I look at it the same way she does, but mostly I feel like Pain Endured is a pathway for people to actually express themselves and to not feel like they owe the world to look a certain way, you understand? Because no one chose to be a certain way.
True.
You understand? Yeah. So it's mainly about giving someone confidence. It's mainly about saying to someone, we see you and we understand. And be vulnerable. Don't fear that just because you fear that people have a lot to say, you understand?
You also love.
Yeah, I mean, that's mainly what Pain Endured
is basically.
It's enduring the pain.
You went through it.
Yes.
You went through it and you like the pain. Basically, pain is a matter of you want help. Because a lot of us that go through pain, we don't really seek for help.
Yes.
So this campaign is a matter of we are here to help you. Come show yourself to the world. And the endured part is like you went through it. So you way more stronger than anybody else who didn't go through your pain.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So what inspired you guys or what led you guys to start this campaign?
So with me, I've because I also have a scar on my right side.
Mm-hmm.
I battled with my appearance for a very long time. And as much as we started the campaign, I still have moments where I'm like, I don't look pretty enough. What are people going to say about my scar? Because I know for a fact that people have their own opinions about my scar.
True.
They don't know the story behind my scar, so that's why it's easy for them to have an opinion. So the reason why we started this movement basically is just to allow everybody to have a voice.
Yeah.
Being a voice for the voiceless. And when I don't say this is my campaign because I don't work alone.
Yes.
I have a team behind me. If it wasn't for my team, this campaign wouldn't be what it is.
True.
That's why I include them as a collaborative, and I say we started this campaign to allow people that look different to have a voice, to come and share their story to everyone.
Yeah.
And just know that, hey, you're beautiful the way you are. So why hide it? Why not share it with us? You want to know, and you never know where an individual could go, and you never know where this campaign could go.
Very true. I know that's right.
Funny enough, we actually thought of this whole thing the first day I met her.
Really?
Yeah, like we're in the basement here at Boston, and then when I first saw her, I was like, "You look like you could model," and she was like, "Actually, I am a model." I'm like, "Yeah," and I'm like, she was like, she wanted to do something about us because I'm like, I'm interested. I don't care wherever you're going with this whole thing. I want to be part of it because I'm like, it's really interesting how people could come with things that not many people think of, and they're like, let's just execute it. Because most people, I believe, that they have ideas in the school, but then the problem is executing and having people to support you for it. Understand?
Because Trey was like, why don't you, known as Ngozi, well, you guys know him as Trey.
Yeah.
He was initially like, why don't you start a campaign? And I was like, a campaign? About what? He's like, about your scars. And then he's like, you can start it, but then like it's up to you to push it further as well. And then that's when she was like, no, actually, you know what, this is a great idea. Like, let's work on it. Let's try push it and see where it goes.
Wow. Personally, I'm very fascinated because I myself, I don't have like a physical scar, but I battled with acne for like the longest time. Like since high school, my acne only started clearing like last year, December. So like when you guys talk about like physical scar, I'm not trying to make myself better or anything, but I also feel like acne really left me with not only physical marks, but also like emotional marks inside, you know. So you guys are pushing a really good organization, you know. I think a lot of people will be able to relate.
Thank you.
Right. So okay, I want to know, when exactly did you guys met, but like when exactly did you take it upon yourselves that, okay, let's push this thing? Like you said, Trey, you know.
Well, we don't have an exact date as to when, but we like would meet on campus and then we'd talk like, okay guys, this is what we need to start doing, like small discussions, until we took the further steps in like creating a WhatsApp group and communicating, and you know, like everybody assigning each person with what they have to do and their responsibilities in the campaign. So I can't really say when we started because we've been procrastinating actually
a lot. We could have started a long time
until we had our first shoot last week Friday. So just wait for content. That's all I could say.
We'll definitely be waiting. Okay, obviously you guys have been through pain. You've spoken about your scar. I think you'll still tell us more about the pain.
Should I?
Have. Yes, please.
So I feel like the pain I've gone through, it's two that scarred me for life. I'm a person who resorted to physical what do they call this, pain when I go through pain. So basically physical harming myself is what I would do. So those marks or whatever I have are scars that I never let go of. You understand? And I believe that those scars too are not scars that are outside but are also in, because they're always embedded in me. Every time I look at myself, I'm like, okay, now you have this thing because it was caused by you understand? And you were going through this when you had this on you understand? And then I feel like people don't see their scars for what they are, you understand? People always try to look at scars and embed them into an insecurity and not actually embrace the fact that I actually went through this. It shows how tough I am.
Yeah.
Well, and how I can go through these big things that I think certain people should be able to handle and not me, you understand?
Yeah.
Because I believe that everyone is given something because they can handle it. So yeah, so the pain I have and the scars I've had are outside and definitely inside, and I feel like this campaign is actually relieving me of some of that pain.
Yeah, and I also think it shouldn't only be, it's not only about something that's physical that you can see. Because I probably at a later stage or now in the beginning would also work on scars that are internal. There are some people that actually want to talk about it, that want to share what they're going through. So with me, I was involved in a car accident. In case people want to know what happened, I was involved in a car accident in 2018, and that's how I got my scar. And I fractured my whole bottom jaw, and it was a mess. I couldn't even look in the mirror and be like, oh, this is me. You know, it took me 6 years to actually get to a point where I'm just like, you know what, I'm using my pain to heal other people. And I want other people to use their pain to heal the next person.
Yes.
You understand? So it's not only about the pain being physical or being external, but it's also an internal thing. So if someone is going through something internally, they should come to us. We're not going to sit you down and have like counseling session or whatever. No, we have a certain way in which we portray your pain to make it look beautiful to the rest of the world. Yeah, in an art form.
No, I get you. Okay, now I want to know, how did you guys overcome that pain?
I can't really say I've overcome the pain because I still have PTSD. You know, I hate going into a vehicle when someone else is driving. I feel way more comfortable if I'm driving myself.
Yeah.
So that if anything happens and I get injured, it's on me. It's not on someone else.
Yes.
So I can't really say I've overcome the pain because I still deal with it on a daily basis. You know, I still deal with it on a daily basis, and it doesn't matter. For me, it's no matter how many people tell me I'm beautiful, Kim, you have a beautiful face, whatever. If I don't feel that, what you're telling me is absolutely nothing to me. It doesn't mean anything to me if I don't feel it. So I didn't overcome it yet. I'm still dealing with it, but this campaign slowly is helping me to actually be like, you know what, it's okay. I didn't do this to myself.
Yes.
It was on someone else. This is why I look the way I do. And I don't expect that person to now be apologetic about what they did. Because you can't change. You know, I'm not going to live in the past. I'm living in the present now. And I need to accept my situation and make peace with it and see how I move on from it.
Yes. How did you overcome your pain?
Still overcoming it, but then what helps me the most is music, me writing, me drawing, me painting. I feel like every day when I have a piece of art that's made by me, I feel that little burden falling off of me, you understand? And I feel like this campaign especially is a big distraction to me because I don't have the time anymore to sit in my room and think of everything that I have, you understand? Rather now I have something that's distracting me and keeping me busy so I don't think of everything besides.
Okay, now I get you. So, okay, you guys touched base on helping emotionally as well. So, yes, that was going to be my next question. Like, do you guys is it only a physical thing or an emotional thing? And I'm glad that you guys touched based on the emotional part of that. So, what is the true definition of beauty in your own words?
I don't think there is a true definition of beauty. Beauty is what you make. You make it.
True.
Beauty is what you make it. You could see an ugly flower there. You might think it's ugly, but the next person might think it's beautiful.
Yeah.
So the problem with us individuals and society is that if you don't look a certain way, then you're not beautiful.
Yeah.
So beauty for me is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, anything and everything can be beautiful. It just depends on you as an individual, how you see it. So beauty doesn't really have a definition. Because if we were to actually put a definition on beauty, a lot of us would say we are not beautiful.
Yeah.
If there actually was a definition for it, then most of us aren't beautiful.
True. True.
I'd also go with her, definitely. Because if I'd ever define beauty, I'd define someone when, like, you look at in the mirror. Like, when you're in front of the mirror and you look at that person, that's beauty to me. You understand?
Okay, yes.
So, beauty obviously is created by you.
Definitely. Yeah. Okay. How do you guys aim to help others? Because not all people are like confident. Not everybody sees value in themselves. So as a campaign, how do you guys aim to help people see and know that they are good enough and it's okay to be vulnerable? Just know that you are worth it.
So we had our first model. Her name is Mulanga, right? She's disabled and she battles with stuff. So it's like, before we actually have the photo shoot with you, I'll either come to you or someone else from the campaign will come to you and talk to you to understand your pain, basically, and we work around that. And we don't just say, okay, fine, we're going to have a nude photo shoot with you if that doesn't make you comfortable. We prioritizing in making sure that you feel comfortable and that you actually want to do this. We're not going to force anyone to do anything that they don't want to do. That's not the whole point of the campaign. We want you to be able to feel vulnerable. Give your ideas. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, what you battle with. So we know how to work around that. And that way, it's like, we're here, like, tell us, talk to us. So we can be a voice for you to the world. And once we hit that mark, we expect that as a campaign, after we have a shoot with you, or whatever the case may be, it's tomorrow you're able to walk out and wear that dress that you've been wanting to wear for the past 5 years. Because it won't make sense to have a shoot with you and then tomorrow you're still battling with the same confidence. There has to be a change. And we can help you, but it also starts with you as well. So once those images are out, they're out. And now you must be like, I'm going to wear that dress. I don't care what they say. Because they're still going to talk either way. Whether you are wearing that dress or you are not wearing that dress, they are still saying something about you. So you might as well just come out of your shell.
Okay.
What was the question again?
As a campaign, how do you guys aim to help others see the value in themselves?
Same as
I've said
it all.
Have you guys experienced like any setbacks so far?
Yes.
We have.
Yes tells me a lot.
We have. I just think the problem is as the campaign, right? We're not very consistent, and I think that's something that's going to draw us back. Because starting a campaign needs a lot of consistency.
I mean, in anything, you need to stay
everything
and reliable sources. I feel like we didn't test people's consistency, therefore we couldn't, because I believe that as much as we wanted to work, we didn't test other people on their ability to do things. So therefore it backfired on us. But then now I believe that we could get a team where we are all consistent or reliant so that it can be pushed.
And also another thing that I realized today when we were talking about it outside before we came in is that we didn't really set our goals, our vision and our mission for the campaign. So we are basically working on nothing. So I think the moment we set our goals and our mission and our vision for this campaign, we will actually see what we are working towards.
Yes, and the discipline of the consistency will flow.
Yes. But in terms, except for that, I mean, everyone in the team is doing what they need to do.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, is doing what they need to do. You know, they're pushing it. They're like, you know what, like a lot of people now know about the campaign. Like, oh, okay, they want to find out what is Pain and Joy, whatever. But the problem is, if there's nothing to show for Pain and Joy, nobody wants to invest in it.
Yes.
You can't invest in something that you don't see.
True.
So once people start to see that, okay, this is what it's about, we're going to get like more exposure.
Are you guys looking for sponsors, or have you been looking around for sponsors?
I mean, at the moment, right? It's still a small organization, so it's like we're not paying anyone to do anything.
Yeah.
Because we don't have the capital to do so. So if you're here by free will. We're not forced to be here because we're not paying anyone.
Yeah.
But that's why it goes back to my question of saying we didn't set our mission, our goals, right?
Yes.
So I think once we have that in place,
then we can pull through with sponsors.
we can pull through with sponsors. Because a sponsor wants to see what they're
your future
investing
plans
in.
is. Yes.
If they don't see that, then they're not investing in it.
True.
So I think as soon as the campaign starts to move and it starts to run, that's when maybe modeling agencies or whoever will come and be like, okay, fine, I like this. Here's what I can give you guys. What can you guys give me? Because you're not just gonna get a sponsor.
True.
They want you to show something.
Yeah.
And then they come. So at the moment we don't really have any sponsors or finances. You know, we're just working with our creativity and what we can show.
Okay. And if you guys were to get money endorsements, what would be the first thing you guys would put that money to use for?
I was gonna say shoots
Studio.
and studio, but I was looking into if ever we would get big and we would get sponsored.
Not if ever, girl. When?
When?
When? When
We get big.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
When we get big, and we get sponsors and everything, not only am I looking into us getting better equipment or studio or whatever, but then I believe that we could also hop into helping out too, like donating or helping out with people who are with disabilities, and also looking into just giving to the community only instead of growing us. Because I mean, if it wasn't for the community, we wouldn't be where we are.
True.
You understand? So I believe that as much as we'll be getting those things and having fun and everything, we should also give back to the people who are willing to help us and work with us in this campaign.
Yeah.
As well as start a modeling agency.
I know that's right. I know that's
Start a modeling agency.
Definitely.
You know?
I know that's right. Okay, my last question for you guys before we wrap up is, what would you guys tell a young girl or a young boy out there who does not see themselves for who they are, who's under like peer pressure, who is scarred, but just the way this world is so painful, they are going through the pain of the world and the pain of their traumas. What would you say to him or her?
Okay, so what I want to tell you is your scars don't define you. Your pain doesn't define you. You were able to go through it, so come through for yourself. Don't come through for the world. Just be strong, you know, love yourself, because if you don't love yourself, then how do you expect the next person to love you?
What I would say is that no scar is too small.
It's so
Okay, so what I want to tell the boys and girls out there is that no scar is too small, no pain is too small, no one has less matata than the others, you understand? Like everyone is going through something, and I feel like equally going through a fair share of some things in our lives, you understand? So I want you to actually take time to yourself, listen to yourself, and work on your problems. I encourage vulnerability so much because I believe that people who are vulnerable actually can live a proper life. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you try to live a life where you're always guarding something in your heart, or you always have a shield because you're afraid of what people are going to say of you and what people have to, you know, like You understand?
Yeah,
I'm
the only
going
way,
through
and the
things.
only way for you to actually be okay is if you're vulnerable.
Yes, like be vulnerable. Like cry, dude, cry. It's okay to cry. You
Laugh,
understand? Like just
laugh,
cry.
scream, man,
Talk
scream, man.
about it. If you have someone to talk about it with, talk about it. If you feel like screaming in your pillow, scream in your pillow. And yeah, just be vulnerable, man.
From me and my whole team, we're taking this campaign to the top.
I know that's
Yeah.
right.
Pain and joy to the world.
I know that's
international.
Definitely. Yeah.
I know that's right. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I see this going so far. Like the reason why I started this podcast is because I love hearing people's stories, and I mean I think we're a generation that is very innovative, and we're very caring, even though people don't think we care, but we're very caring, But thank you so much for coming on to my podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate you too.
Thank you. Anyway, guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and follow Pain Endured. Everything will be in the description box down below. I love you lots. I do. Bye.